You think discipline is about punishing yourself. You think it's about saying no to everything you love. You think it's the enemy of freedom. But what if I told you you have got it completely backwards? Hey everyone, welcome back to the place you come to listen, grow, and learn. I am your girl Swati, and today we are flipping the script on something you have all been taught wrong. We are talking about discipline. And I know, just hearing that word probably made you cringe a little bit. Because discipline sounds like restrictions. It sounds like sacrifice. It sounds like living in a cage you built for yourself. But here is what I have learned. And trust me, this changed everything for me. Discipline isn't the things that takes your freedom away. Discipline is the things that gives it to you. Let's talk about the lie we all have been sold. We have been told that freedom means doing whatever you want, whenever you want. Sleeping in because you feel like it. Eating whatever is easy. Skipping the workouts. Binge watching instead of working on your goals. We think that's freedom. But is it really? Because here is what actually happens when you live that way. You wake up whenever, you scroll for an hour, you grab whatever food is quickest, you tell yourself you will work on that project later. You avoid the hard conversations. You put off the thing you said you would do. And at the end of the day, you feel empty. Stuck, like you are living the same day over and over again. That's not a freedom. That's not a freedom. That's a prison. It's just a prison that doesn't feel like one because the bars are invisible. The bars are made of your own choices. Every time you choose comfort over commitment, you are building another bar. Every time you choose distractions over discipline, you are making the case smaller. I knew all this because I lived this way for years, and I remember feeling so frustrated because I thought I was free. I could do whatever I want. But I wasn't moving forward. I wasn't growing. I wasn't creating the life I actually wanted. I was just existing, reacting, letting life happen to me instead of creating it. What discipline actually is. So let's redefine discipline because the word itself has been ruined for us. Discipline isn't about being hard on yourself. It's not about depriving yourself or living some boring, joyless life. Discipline is making a promise to yourself and keeping it. That's it. It's doing what you said you will do even when you don't feel like it. It's honoring yourself. It's honoring your future self more than your present feelings. Okay, let's understand this. Think about it this way. Every choices you make is a vote. A vote for the person you are becoming. When you hit snooze, you are voting for the versions of you that's tired and reactive. When you get up, you are voting for the version of you that's in a control. When you order takeout for the fifth night in a row, you are voting for the version of you that takes the easy route. When you cook something healthy, you are voting for the version of you that cares. Discipline is just choosing to vote for your future self over and over again. And here is the beautiful thing. Those votes add up. They compound. They create momentum. And that momentum, that's what freedom actually feels like. How discipline creates freedom. Here is the paradox that most people miss. The more disciplined you are, the more freedom you actually have. I'm going to repeat this again. The more disciplined you are, the more freedom you actually have. Let me explain. When you are disciplined with your morning, you are free for the rest of the day. You have already won. Just like that, I am recording this video at 4 in the morning. You have already done the hard thing. Now you can move through your day with clarity and energy instead of guilt and pressure. When you are disciplined with your money, you are free to make choices without stress. You are not trapped by debt. You are not living paychecks to paychecks. You have options. When you are disciplined with your health, you are free to do the things you love. You can hike that mountain. You can play with your kids without getting tired. You can show up fully for your life. When you are disciplined with your relationships, you are free from resentment and misunderstanding. You say what you mean. You set boundaries. You don't let things build up. You are not walking on eggshells or carrying grudges. The structure creates the space. The routine creates the freedom. I know that sounds backward, but it's true. I remember when I first started waking up at the same time every day, not because I had to, but because I chose to. But somehow I did it inconsistently. And then I thought it would feel restrictive. I thought I will hate it. But what actually happened is I got so much more done. I had more energy. I felt more in control of my life. I had more free time because I wasn't wasting it scrolling or sleeping through my potentials. Undisciplined life equals to reactive life. What an undisciplined life actually looks like. It's reactive. You are always responding to whatever happening around you. Your mood depends on your circumstances. Your day depends on other people's demand. Your energy depends on how you slept. Your choices depend on what feels good in that particular moment. You are not living your life. You are being lived by your life. And the worst part, you feel out of control because you are. When you don't have discipline, you don't have agency. You are a passenger in your own life, and that feeling, that powerlessness, that's actually what steals your freedom. I see this all the time. People who say they value freedom but spend hours doom scrolling. People who say they want options but won't do the work to create them. People who say they want to feel better but won't commit to the habits that would change everything. They think they are choosing freedom, but they are actually choosing chaos. And chaos isn't freedom. Chaos is stress. Chaos is anxiety. Chaos is waking up and not knowing who you are going to be that day because you haven't built the foundation. Discipline in small things equals to freedom in big things. I stopped thinking of discipline as this huge, overwhelming things. I started small, really small. Make your bed. Drink water first thing. Move your body for 10 minutes. Write down 3 things you are grateful for. Read 1 page. These aren't restrictions. These are investments. Because when you are disciplined in the small things, you build trust with yourself. You prove to yourself that you can do what you say you will do. And that trust, that's the foundation of confidence. That's the foundation of freedom. You start to believe in yourself. You start to know that if you say you are going to do something, you will do it. And that changes everything. Because now you can set bigger goals. You can make bigger promises. You can dream bigger dreams because you know you will follow through. The person who can't get out of the bed on time won't build the business. The person who can't stick to a simple routine won't stick to a difficult goal. The person who can't control their mornings won't control their future. I'm not saying that to be harsh. I am saying it because it's true. And I want you to have the life you dream about. But that life requires discipline. It requires you to choose it every single day. Freedom to choose versus freedom from choice. There is another thing we get wrong about freedom. We think freedom means having infinite options, but infinite options are paralyzing. Too many choices is overwhelming. Real freedom isn't the freedom to choose whatever you want in every moment. Real freedom is the freedom from having to choose. It's having systems. It's having routines. It's having non-negotiables. When you are disciplined, you don't have to negotiate with yourself every morning about whether you will work out. You just do it. You don't have to debate whether you will eat healthy. You already decided. You don't have to wonder if you will do the work. It's already scheduled. That's freedom. Freedom from decision fatigue. Freedom from constantly battling yourself. Freedom from wasting energy on things that should be automatic. I don't think about whether I will meditate in the morning. I just do it. I don't think about whether I will write. I just do it. Those decisions have already been made. And that frees up so much mental space for creativity, for relationships, for joy, for actual freedom. I want you to know that discipline is not your enemy. Discipline is not restrictions. Discipline is not sacrifice. Discipline is freedom. It's the path to becoming who you actually want to be. It's the bridge between who you are and where you want to go. It's the tool that builds the life you dream about. You are not disciplined because you have to be. You are disciplined because you love yourself enough to invest in your future. You are disciplined because you know that the temporary discomfort of doing hard things is worth the permanent comfort of a life you are proud of living. So start small. Pick one thing, one habit, one promise to yourself and keep it. Build that trust. Build that foundation and watch how everything starts to change. Because freedom isn't doing whatever you want. Freedom is becoming who you want to be. And that requires discipline. I hope this saves something from you. I hope this frees you from the idea that discipline is punishment, because it is not. It's love. It's the most loving thing you can do for yourself. Thank you for listening. Leave a review. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this. And remember, I am forever in your corner and I am always rooting for you. See you in the next one. Till then, bye-bye. I love you all.